Welcome to the channel, a Jaden Chase. Now, I have to say blessings to Miss Lug, who while in court heard details about Mr. Maitland, Noel Maitland that is, took the life of her daughter and then covered up his crime. Now, she was also there with Maitland's own father. You can imagine the disgrace. Now, if you agree that there must be justice for Donna and her family, drop a like on the video and, of course, drop a comment in the comment section. Now, when the session was adjourned for lunch, Miss Lug waited and Maitland to be handcuffed in the prisoner's dock by police. As he was being led out of the court, she followed his every move with her eyes, her tears overflowing from her eyes. She shook her head from left to right and told the woman who accompanied her that she always treated Maitland as if he was her own son. These are the love and the respect that Miss Lug had for Noel Maitland. And this just made the crime even worse. The fact that she knows the individual who come and take the life of her daughter, come her yard and call her out, kill her, cover it up, and then had the audacity for not only call but return to the family's home. And as the family state, pretended as if he knew nothing about the situation. And this is how wicked it get. Some people stated that maybe Noel was covering for his own baby mother. Now, based on the evidence, it seems as if he tried to implicate her by using her vehicle while owning one of his own. Now, some have also stated that other members of law enforcement are indeed involved, as he was seen with an accomplice on CCTV cameras, and was also confirmed by the first truck driver. Now, the court has not yet revealed the identity of the accomplice. Maybe because there's a technical term for it, which is unwitting. So maybe him cooperate or help Maitland to cover up something, but him never know what him do. And maybe has since then, or her has since then cooperated with law enforcement. And during the murder trial, details of who this accomplice is, what they saw and helped Maitland do, will be detailed during that prosecution. These information and these pieces of evidence are just being used to stop the bail. So for supporters wanting to keep that in mind, this is still the bail hearing. The murder trial has not yet been started. But based upon the evidence, it seems as if the prosecutors have everything what them need. No more, you tell me if you agree. Based on the evidence, should Maitland then pay for the crimes committed? There must be justice for Donna Lee Donaldson. And based upon the evidence, I say the murder took place at the apartment and was then covered up. Hard-working, law-abiding member of society. Perpetrator, main suspect, a member of law enforcement. No. Justice must be served and an example must be set. We have to remember, Noel is also accused of other crimes. We don't know if the prosecutors are going to bring that up. It wouldn't relevant in him seeking bail in this case. And maybe that is why it is not detailed. But seeing that was also a talk being made, and we'll notice that everything that was talked about has been investigated by law enforcement. All the pieces of evidence that we have discussed over the media, law enforcement did indeed go get the evidence and the information in a way that it can be used in court. And Mr. Maitland being investigated for other crimes was also something that was detailed. Saying that, of course, law enforcement was already looking into Noel Maitland. Talk to me in the comment section. And if you agree that there must be justice, drop a like on the video. Now on to the other stories making headlines today. Also making headlines today, 5 individuals were shot and 1 fatal in St. James. Now the deceased has been identified as 21-year-old Garrett, otherwise called Hush of Backwood in St. James. The other victims were admitted to hospital in serious but, as stated, stable condition. Now, according to police reports, at about 5:30, Garrett was among a group of persons drinking at a shop located in Germantown. When a white Toyota Vitz drove into the community, 3 men exited the vehicle and just opened fire at the group, no questions asked. It wasn't a robbery. They never come for phone and wallet and things of that nature. Them drive up to the community, arrived at the location, exited the vehicle, and just opened fire. Now, from that shooting, 5 individuals were shot. Garrett being fatally hit. It is said that the perpetrators escaped in the waiting motor car. The police were then summoned. Upon their arrival, the injured were rushed to hospital where Garrett was pronounced, while the others were admitted. Now the bloodletting continues in Mobile St. James. We don't know. Some people that said one of the best things for happen in St. James was dialing. The whole heap of house build up, whole heap of Mark X buy, whole heap of BMW buy, whole heap of girl buy, frontal extension, nails do, people tattoo up, had their bodies done, whole heap of things go on. Niceness. But what happened to the bloodshed that will still come along with the dialing? Nowadays, when you hear these shooting incidents taking place in St. James, people say, not saying that the loss of life is nothing, but it is always attributed to her. Maybe them involved in the game. So was the game that beneficial to the parish of St. James if since then till now mass shootings and loss of life is now the norm? Did St. James benefit from dialing? Talk to me. Tell me in the comment section. Now on to the other stories making headlines today. Now also making headlines today, a legendary crime fighter, Clive Karate Georgie Lawrence, has returned to St. James, this time as head of operations in the Community Services Department at the St. James Municipality Corporation. Now chairman of St. James Municipality Corporation, Councillor Leroy Williams, confirmed the appointment, which he said was made after careful deliberation for the right person for the post, which has led questions to will there later be a post for Renito Adams. Now there's always been calls for them to return Renito Adams to some post that can help curb what take place with crime and violence. Numerous individuals champion the cause. Different sectors, especially the private sector, have championed the cause for such an appointment. Other individuals have said that the methods of Renito Adams were rather controversial during his time as a legendary crime fighter. People who just graduate from police academy last month know of Renito Adams. The operations he has led, his situations, his outspoken demeanor is a person, no matter, even for the government, is a man where when it comes to crime and violence and how you have to fight crime and violence, even the prime minister, anybody will tell you say, what you propose now go work. I'm not afraid to tell you say you're wrong. He was also one of the top tier members of law enforcement who spoke out about the corruption taking place within law enforcement at different levels, and is a member of law enforcement that has worked at different levels in the force. Is a man that used to do traffic work. He actually go up the ladder the force, start out like a regular police and reach the point where he might lead a squad. Now we will see I go on now. And St. James choosing to have a legendary crime fighter, somebody who, based on what them know, was able to do something in St. James. And also so I go on St. James now. St. James definitely look like them can take all the help them can get. We just point out a shooting incident will take place in the said parish. 5 people shot, 1 fatal. Just imagine. And as I say, since dialing was introduced into the parish, some people say millions were generated. Well, this is not hearsay. Millions were indeed generated from dialing. Was it put to good use? That might be an entire reason for another time. Because apart from houses and luxury cars and girls looking beautiful and money are spent on them, some of these communities don't have good road. And the ones that have good road, that infrastructure was not put in by the people who are the dialing. These so-called individuals who are the dialing now give back to the community. Recently, we see school start back, and we never true big C19, we never see no big treat keep. We are looking for so I go on at Christmas. Because them people who see them rich, we don't see them give back to the community. We see them go over there go buy, you know what I mean? Juicy people them drink and party vibes, but we don't see them give back to the community to elevate the community. That the generation we are forward up now if you think about crime and violence and can actually be productive members of society. So we don't see the strong benefit in St. James. But people say them see it. So talk to me. Do you feel like there is or should be a way where the government can say, we hear people that say Renita Adams being commissioner. We don't know that work. Renita Adams retired from the force. We don't know that go. We don't know if there's a way that could happen. Talk to me if you know of a way or a loophole within the system where that could happen. But just like I was saying, karate, Mr. Clive Lawrence, maybe there's a way where the government can appoint Renita Adams. Would that be something where the society even want? Talk to me in the comment section. Now until the reason again, live, love and prosper and stay tuned.